This is
Make It Plain.
Make it plain.
MIP.
With Masamela Matfumo.
Mark Thompson.
Make it plain.
Get woke.
Folks, we are on the blackest bus in America, the Black Voters Matter bus, traveling throughout the South, recreating the 1961 Freedom Rides. 60 years ago now, believe it or not. Wow, time flies. We're going to be hearing from some of the Freedom Riders, original Freedom Riders this week, as well as folks in these spaces we're visiting as they talk about voter suppression and why Black voters matter. Latasha Brown and Cliff Albright will be here this week, so we'll be hearing from a number of great people on location in some of the cities that we are visiting. So stay tuned. We are in Raleigh, North Carolina, on the bus, the Freedom Ride with Black Voters Matter. Got a couple of North Carolinians out here who want to take a picture. I said, well, to take a picture, we got to be on and come on my show too. So that's how we do. What's your name, brother?
I'm Saeed Jasmine.
Saeed.
Yes.
All right. How are you, brother?
I'm all right. How about you?
Fine. What brings you out here today?
I love justice. I'm actually an organizer for Black Voters Matter. But besides that, I would still be here. You know what I mean? I believe in that our ancestors fought hard, and like somebody has to pick up the mantle, and like I'm one of those people. So if nobody else is going to do it, I got to do it. You know? So I believe I have a responsibility to do right to my people.
What about you, sister? What's your name?
Brianna Roberts.
Where you from?
I'm from Greenville, North Carolina.
Now, are you a part of Black Voters Matter too? You work for Black Voters Matter?
I just support them.
You do?
Yeah.
Why? Why do you support Black Voters Matter?
Because I just support my people. You know, every voice counts, I believe in. So any effort I can do to support my people, I feel like we have a bigger voice altogether.
How do you feel, my brother, about what the Senate did the other night, last night, and basically, you know, did more to kill our voting rights?
No, unfortunately, I'm not shocked. You know, I think we as a people, we have to vote Black and not necessarily be committed to a party. And we have to, you know, with politics, there's really like no permanent friends or not necessarily real permanent enemies. So I think that this is a lesson for us to learn, like, who's actually going to do this work for us. We can trust a party, but we also know that there's limitations, you know, to voting and to just the two-party system in general. I think that 2022 is going to be an important year to come out and make a difference. We almost had it in November. We almost had it, but not quite.
Is there enthusiasm here in North Carolina around voting and getting out to vote?
We're working on it. Yeah, we're working on it. I mean, we're doing a lot better, I believe. You know, thanks to Black Voters Matter and other organizations. But I think we're gonna get there.
Okay. What are you gonna say, brother?
Well, you know, here in North Carolina, we may not have elections this year. There's a good chance. So, but this is we getting ready for it. We're getting ready for it. I'll tell you that much. Yeah. This is all preparation. It's practice.
All preparation, practice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, what do you do for a living? Do you work?
Yes, I'm a nurse.
Oh, really? Okay. So it says a lot. I want people to hear about people like you. You're a nurse. You have a regular job, full-time job, and all that. How you make out during COVID, by the way? You all right?
Yeah, I'm alive still.
That must have been challenging.
Yes, very challenging.
Okay.
It's been very challenging.
So you work throughout the pandemic, treating people and everything. Wow.
Yes. Yeah, I work closely with like people like hands-on and hospice patients. So.
Were you afraid?
I was, but I get tested twice a week still.
Talk to our audience about being, a full-time worker and yet taking the time to be involved in this struggle like this. I mean, a lot of folks don't feel like they have the time to do it, don't want to do it. They don't think that they can really afford to do it. Yeah. So you're a nurse. You got a real job. You out here working all kind of hours.
Yeah.
So let our audience know how you do it, how you came to that decision, and how you were able to sustain that activism.
Like for being here today and
everything.
Well, I was kind of late, but I still wanted to make it, to support, Black Voters Matter and my people. But I'm really good at time management. I try to get make time for what I can and just do it. Yeah, just put myself out there and just try to at least, if I just try and put effort into it, I feel like it can be achieved. So that's just like my life motto, pretty much.
And you feel like you're making a difference?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's wonderful. Glad to hear that. You good at time management. I need to have you come work for me.
It's hard.
I get an F in time management. Thank you, brother, for talking to us, man.
No problem. Can I make a quick plug?
Of course.
I'm speaking on behalf of Saying Jasmine, not any organization. Daniel Green has been incarcerated for 27 years for a crime he essentially didn't do. There's a movie called Moment of Truth that's on Amazon Prime. Check it out. Daniel Green's a good brother. He's changed my life as far as me speaking to someone in prison, and he's a fighter for freedom. So if you get a chance, watch a documentary called Moment of Truth, Season 1 on Amazon Prime. It's a good
story. Daniel, and wait a minute, he's here in North Carolina, right?
He's here in North Carolina. You've heard of Daniel Green?
Yeah, I've heard of him. Right.
Really?
Yeah.
I
admit I don't know a lot about the case. What was he charged with?
He was actually charged with murder.
Right.
And but what he should have been charged with was concealing a corpse, or I guess what do you call the word? Like when you work with someone committed crime after the fact, when someone has passed away. It's a complicated case. A lot of people love the Jordan family. I grew up loving the Jordan family. So I don't know how this message may reach, but I think people should watch the documentary and see a different side of justice.
Okay, cool. Thank you, man. Sain, like that name. Thank you, Miss Nurse. Continue to take care of those people.
Thank you.
All right. Folks, we're in Rock Hill, South Carolina with David Williamson Jr. He was a part of the Friendship 9. You were part of that original sit-in here, correct?
No, I was a senior in high school. The first year, they didn't allow high school in there. So that following year when I went to Friendship, then we started. That was September 1960. And we demonstrated up until January, and then we decided that it wasn't accomplishing anything. That's when we decided to do jail no mayor, go to jail, and try to make a difference. In other words, instead of paying them, let them pay to take care of us.
So now this took place in this neighborhood, right?
Yeah, the counter's right up there at the counter. They still got the chairs and everything, the original counter and stuff there. So that's where it was. And if you go down Black Street about a mile, and that's where Friendship to College was. And if you go that way about 2 blocks, that'll be where John Lewis got attacked in the Freedom Riders. Yeah.
So how's it feel being back out here today in this area, in this neighborhood with the Freedom Riders, this generation of Freedom Riders coming through?
Oh man, it make your heart feel good. I mean, to see the young people, we had a lot of help, but like I say, it wasn't mixed. But I tell you what, this would do your heart good. And like I say, people worrying about the future. I don't worry about the future more. I see the future. And they're working hard, and they're going to make a difference. Like I say, people try to knock you down, but the more you knock you down, the more they get up. So that's what I like about it.
So how long you actually went to jail?
Yeah, we was in there for 30 days.
Wow. What was that like?
Well, it was hard labor. And
what they have you doing?
We were digging ditches, laying pipes, loading trucks with sand, going around cleaning the side of the road, the brush back and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. We did a lot of stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How did your family feel about that at the time you doing that?
Well, when I went to jail, my family didn't know it. But they came on board. Because like every Sunday, people would bring you food. And my mother brought me food, and I know she was okay with it then. Yeah.
Well, God bless you, brother. Thank you for everything you did for us, man.
Man, you keep up your good work on TV.
God bless you.
Man, I'll be waiting. I said, now, when are you going to talk? It's time you talk. Say something. Yeah.
Thank you, Brother Williams.
Thank you.
It's an honor, man. Thank you.
It's an honor to meet you, too, man. And this ain't the city we knew. See, there's a street. We just there's a street come down through here.
Okay.
Yeah. And this, you could go through the department store the other side there, but it's
So it's changed a lot. That's because of you, man.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I tell you what. Our hope is we helped a little bit. We ain't gonna take all the credit. We ain't take
No, you deserve most of it, though. You all helped change the world, all right?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, man.
Hey, keep it up now.
I will, man.
All right,
I will. You can count on it.
Yeah.
All right. More MIP after this message.
What up, y'all? It's Torre, author of I Would Die For You, Why Prince Became an Icon. And in just a few weeks, we're going to drop an epic 8-episode podcast about Prince called Who Was Prince, where we talk to his girlfriends, his musicians, his engineers, his managers, all sorts of people who were close to him to find out who he really was. Who was Prince? Find out on June 21st. In the meantime, follow Who Was Prince wherever fine podcasts are streamed.
Tell my audience your full name, though.
I'm Gilda Cobb Hunter. I'm a state legislator here in South Carolina. I represent Orangeburg in the South Carolina House.
Wonderful. Glad to have you. What brings you out today?
Well, I am here because Black voters matter. Here in South Carolina, we have a lot of work to do as far as turning our state purple, forget blue. But I am so excited that they have chosen to come here and to excite voters. I'm just here because I support what they're trying to do. I'm an organizer, and what I am hopeful that people here will see is that we can do the same thing here in South Carolina. We already have the ingredients here. All we need to do is talk to each other and figure out who's doing what, pool our resources, and work together. If we do that, we will be successful.
Give our audience, if you would, a sort of a snapshot of what the legislature has been doing lately in South Carolina when it comes to voter suppression.
Well, we had a bill in the House that was passed. It's over in the Senate now. A lot of my colleagues didn't see it as voter suppression, but when you look real closely at it, what you will see is that any effort to change the makeup of our state election commission, to give legislators more authority and control over who gets hired and who is able to serve, that in and of itself is a form of voter suppression. We have, South Carolina was a part of the whole voter ID. I was a part of the group that testified at the 3-judge panel, of which Kavanaugh was a part of it, on the whole notion of voter ID. And what the court did was not say our law was good. What they did was change it, expand it, so that we could say pretty much any rule, any reason you could vote absentee. One of the things that we failed to do as a legislature is build upon the turnout and the excitement from the general election in November based on the pandemic and the rules that we relaxed so that people could vote absentee. We unfortunately chose not to continue that in the legislature, and that's because of who came out to vote. My message, though, to people, regardless of where you are, I don't believe in agonizing, I believe in organizing, and what we've got to do is have more than one plan. Plan A is H.R. 1 and the John Lewis bill. In the event that does not pass, what we need to be doing in every state around this country is educating voters on whatever the new laws are. Whatever it is we need to do to be able to go and vote, we need to do that.
So based on that, I'm sure you're not that overwhelmed by the Manchin compromise, which would pretty much put universal vote ID in place and get rid of no excuse absentee.
What I am in favor of is for added language for the Manchin compromise. If we're going to codify voter ID laws, then we need to make sure that we codify language that says any ID will do, whether it's a student ID or hunting license. I'm not necessarily opposed to it. I want to get movement. So I think what we should spend our time on is talking about, okay, if voter ID is what we've got to deal with, then let's make it as flexible and we know what's bad about voter ID, so put it in the law so that it won't affect us.
And we've got to keep no excuse absentee voting in
Gotta
place.
keep no excuse absentee voting. I love the idea of voting as a federal holiday.
Yeah.
We need early voting. There are so many things that we need that's included in H.R. 1. But again, I don't believe in crying over spilled milk, and I believe in having more than one plan. Bottom line is we need to be educating voters on whatever the laws are in your state. Let's start now talking to people about what is going to be needed for them to get in that ballot box. You know, it's not about being fair. Life is not fair. And for black folk, if we ain't learned that, God help us.
Thank you for joining us on Make It Plain.
you,
Now, they
sir.
say you the longest, sir. How long have you been in
No,
legislature?
I am the longest serving member. I've been in the legislature almost 30 years. I'm number one. We've got 124 people in the House. I'm number one out of 124. And I just finished a term as president of the National Black Caucus of State Legislators. NBCSL is, you're familiar with us. Yes.
Great organization.
Yes, sir.
So you're the ranking Democrat in the House.
I'm the ranking every.
Are you the minority leader? Is that what you?
No, I was minority leader some time ago. I am not the minority. I don't have a title. I've been around for so long. People just kind of.
You don't need one.
I don't need a title. Because you know what? Here's the thing, brother, and you know this as well as I do. I'm into power, not position.
Yes, ma'am.
And you have to know the difference between the two.
That's a word right there.
I'm just saying. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
God
Thank you
bless
for what you do. Please keep making it plain.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'll do my best.
Okay.
Thank you so much. All right. All right.
I'm sorry.
More MIP after this message. Tell us your name, brother.
Brother Craig Conwell.
And you would just let our audience know where you say you know me from or remember me from.
When you was a student at Howard University, I was a student at South Carolina State University.
Okay.
You were a student activist at Howard, and I was a student activist at SC State.
Okay.
And I kept up with you all the time.
Well, I was probably, what year would that have been? The 90s, right?
That was in late 80s.
Okay, so I wasn't actually at Howard. I was over there all the time. I was at UDC.
Okay, you was at
Yeah.
UDC.
But you had the activism part, right?
Yes, sir.
What
I know that.
brings you out here today?
Come here to support the effort that Black Voters Matters are doing out here in South Carolina.
Yeah.
And I'm a part of an organization called Vision Walkers here in South Carolina on the ground. And we have a lot of young brothers and sisters from very marginalized and disenfranchised communities. And we've got them politically activated and motivated and inspired to make sure that we hold ourselves accountable and the politicians accountable that come to represent us.
Are you waking the community up in terms of this voter suppression issue?
Oh, definitely that.
And the young people involved in that, they're mobilized behind that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're going to change some things here in South Carolina. We're not going to let things go on as usual. And that should be across the country as well.
Yeah.
One of the problems that we're having, Mark, is that we as black men, we have to become more involved in what's going on.
Yeah.
We have a responsibility and duty as men to make sure our communities are served, protected, and respected. But we've been laying down on our job. Our women are on the move.
That's right.
We got to get on the move, brother.
That's right.
We got to make stuff happen.
And you went to South Carolina State, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, did you play ball?
Yes, sir, I did.
I'm looking at you play football, didn't you?
Yes, sir, I did.
I know that's right. I can tell.
But I just want you to know I'm so proud of you, brother. Over the years,
thank you,
I've
brother.
watched you since our college years. I've watched you interview some great leaders, the Minister Farrakhan, Red Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, and you always are fair in how you interview your people.
Thank you, brother.
So you're doing a fair job. You're very balanced. I'm just proud of you, brother.
Thank you,
Keep doing
brother.
what you're doing, man.
I'm proud of
glad
you
to see
too, man, for all
down
the work you're doing, man.
Well, I'm going to keep doing it, brother. That's what we were born for.
Yes, sir. Good to see you, my brother. Bless your heart. All right, thank you. And young lady, what's your name?
Well, I guess I can talk with the thing. Delane Frierson.
And what brings you out today?
I got the thing on the email, and I wanted to see what was going on. I didn't expect all this. I'm pleasantly surprised.
So you're glad to see people out organizing and mobilizing?
Yes. And I hope everybody out here is registered, or either people are registering people to vote.
Are you finding that people you know are keeping up with what's going on in terms of voter suppression?
Yes, people I know, yeah, because most people I know are involved with politics. Yeah. Well, you can tell.
What's your name, ma'am?
My name is Beverly Diane Frias, and I'm her sister.
Oh, sister's here.
Yes, indeed.
You say you were part of a study?
Right. I'm the executive committee man, a woman for the Richland County Democratic Party, and we have a group called the North Richland Dems, and we did an in-depth study of Stacey Abrams' playbook and her book and a discussion, and my sister did something on voter registration project. Yeah, so we're intricately involved, along with Deborah Breedlove, because she's always involved too.
Yeah, I know. I just talked to Deborah. I know she's involved.
Oh yes, indeed.
So in terms of what did you gain? What did you glean from the Stacey Abrams book and all of that?
Well, first of all, the progress that we make is not instantaneous. It's a process. Some people often ask, well, why can't we just duplicate what Stacey did? We have to understand she's been working in the vineyard really since she was a teenager. And she has an organization, a movement, and again, you can glean some of the things that she has done, and you can attempt to make them work in your community, but you also have to tweak it to fit your particular community, and it has to be a process.
Yeah,
it's not
overnight
instantaneous.
process.
No,
Yeah,
not
it
at
takes
all.
years.
How do you two? I'll ask you the same question I asked Sister Breedlove. How do you two feel about your two senators here? Everybody look like that when I ask that question.
You know what? Seriously, I think one of them, maybe there's a possibility, that if he gets on his knees and we pray for him,
Corey continues to talk to him.
There's hope. He might be converted. Maybe he needs to get stopped by the police maybe 2 or 3 more times or something. I don't know. And, when the Pope came and was it Boehner left?
Yeah.
We don't know what the Pope said to him, but it must have been something. Maybe somebody could talk to him, and there's always hope.
Well, that's one senator. What about the other senator? What do you think about the other one?
Brother Lindsey, I did not call him sister. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I'm nice. I'm a good sister. Lindsey changes like the wind blows.
Right.
And
Lady G.
Back to Tim. Oh, no, that was not nice.
But no, that's what's his name. That's his nickname.
Well, the thing of it is, I'm going back to Tim. I cannot give him a pass because he has remained. I know, but I just thought about it. He has remained silent too often, too many times for us to forgive him. The one thing I'm very optimistic about, we have 2 brilliant African American females vying for the seat that Tim. I know. I'm just trying to transition. So there's hope. There's hope for South Carolina.
And he gets stopped. Maybe he needs to be stopped, and they don't know who he is, and he
gotta wake him up.
Experience. He could.
One question you have not asked. You know how Biden is attempting to get this bipartisanship going. I think he needs to catch a hint and realize the Republicans don't give what about us, and forget about that, and let's just go ahead and take care of business right now. Obama made the mistake, in my opinion, of trying to wait too long for bipartisan cooperation. It's not coming. It's not coming.
They're not very generous with it.
Oh no, not at all.
I want to thank both of you sisters for speaking to me today on Make It Plain.
Welcome.
Both amazing.
I appreciate your being here in our beautiful state. And your advice.
Thanks for getting woke and listening to Make It Plain. Please remember to listen, like, and wherever you get your podcasts, please give the show a 5-star rating. And please do spread the word. Let's all continue to pray for each other during this pandemic and this police-demic. If all hearts and minds are clear, it has been made plain.